The Bentusi said, no one returns.
Good evening. This is Maestro back with my Let's Play of Homeworld Remastered. We're now up to part 7, and we're now at the Gardens of Kadesh. Look at these gardens. I see why they call it a garden, even though it's not really a literal garden.
The nebula is incredibly rich in energy and resources. Energy levels are so high that our sensors are having trouble compensating. Begin harvesting the nebula while we recalibrate the sensors.
But it is quite beautiful. I mean, if we just look off that brightness in space, I wonder if that's a star, maybe. This level is quite a bit more beautiful than I remember it being in the original Homeworld, and I mean, this is the kind of beauty that I'm not sure you could get. I mean, this is part of what makes a remastering worth it, that we can use the new advances in graphical technology to make things just more beautiful than they ever were before. And this is also a mission where things really start to get interesting, because so far in Mission 5, the Kushan really experienced their first major victory against the Titan. And then after that we had a rather boring mission in the asteroids. I did get owned a little bit harder than I was expecting to. Those asteroids put up quite a fight. But it still wasn't really the most eventful mission. And this mission is where all that changes. In fact, I feel that this particular mission is more eventful than most of the missions that have happened so far. And I think that's part of the reason why it's a mission that I actually remember. You know, I said that I remember some of the missions in this game because I've played this game a long time ago, the original that is. And some of them stuck with me, some of them didn't. This is one of the ones that stuck with me. It's obviously starting out a little bit slow, but they've really foreshadowed that there's something here in the nebula that's dangerous. And all they've really given us so far is that the Bentusi said that no one returns, and also that the Titan avoided. It's called the Gardens of Kadesh, that's the mission. But the area we are in is the Great Nebula, and I think that goes a lot with I think that's part of what explains the color of the mission, whatever these dust clouds are. What did I just tell to move accidentally? I want my bombers to dock. I want to keep them safe in the carrier. I forgot to tell them to stay docked, so that they will be safe, pretty much, and will only come out when I have some kind of big target for them to attack. I'm also going to set most of my major combat ships to aggressive tactics in the hopes that they will just automatically engage anything that comes to them.
Group 1, show no mercy. Group 1, standing by. Show no mercy. Group 2, reporting. Group 3, copies.
Just going to make sure
set to full power. Group 4, copies.
The support frigates I will set to defensive. Everything else is set to aggressive. I'll even set the carrier to aggressive.
Acknowledged.
And let's see if I can even move things up. Whoops.
Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on.
I'm going to set like a defensive position, maybe in front of the ship.
En route.
And here we go. Finally, we have an event triggered.
There's a contact
waiting
closing with the mothership. Sensor instability in this region makes it difficult to identify. Prepare the ambassador.
The ambassador
Group
is
5
heading out.
Copy. Group 3 reporting. Destination locked in.
All of my fleet disappeared for some reason in the cutscene. The ambassador is deploying in his heavy corvette. And here we go. And I'm sure right what we have here, I do think this is a mothership class vessel. Right now we only see the front. And I think this would be their ambassador. Quite a small ship. And it's going to meet face to face with the heavy corvette.
This is the Garden of Kadesh. For 13 generations we have protected it from the unclean. The tyrannic raiders who came before you refused to join and were punished for this trespass. Like theirs, your ship has already defiled this holy place. If you have come to join, we welcome you, and will spare you your ship until All have disembarked. If you have come to consume the garden, you will be removed at once. What are your intentions?
We were unaware of the significance of this location. We mean no conflict. Please allow us time to repair our engines so that we may withdraw as requested.
If you will not join, then die. There is no withdrawal from the garden.
Very mysterious and very scary. And even just their ambassador ship was so devious in the way it circled around the heavy corvette. Of course, the voice, which was very intentionally meant to be like somewhat maniacal, with the kind of the voice cadence, the pausing. And here we go. Now we can see the side of this mothership class vessel. It looks like, gee, I don't know, but it's very long, with a big front. We have some strike craft closing in, lots of small, fast strike craft. Cue the, I don't know, exotic sounding music to really give this more of a supernatural feel. And this is where I feel we're getting like into some of the supernatural seeming elements of the game. Even though I don't know if this almost like a religious cult. I don't know if they have like supernatural powers or anything. But either way, luckily their ships are getting destroyed to start out. I also think I want to move my destroyers into position so that they can start engaging. Support frigate set to defensive. What can they start protecting? We see my destroyer taking aim, actually shooting even with its ion beams. And I think the assault frigates right now are a really strong unit for this particular engagement, or this particular situation. Certainly using that word engagement because it's what I'm used to. I got the heavy corvettes moving around. I'm just going to get some close-up on the heavy corvettes. I like seeing them in action as they are just firing their guns in whatever directions they can find, and all these swarming units. How's this particular destroyer doing? Shooting at those two turreted guns on top, not really managing to get any of the shots from the ion cannons. I think it will mostly reserve that for bigger ships. Ooh, resource collectors. So my resource collectors, are any of those resource collectors in trouble? Not really. They actually seem to be fine, so they were kind of not telling me the truth right there. The assault frigates seem to be really good right now. My ion cannon frigates, on the other hand, they don't really have like a good target acquisition, I think, on a lot of these smaller vessels, so they mostly seem to be just failing. And it looks like I finally lost my light corvette, proving to be rather frail. I think I told this one to dock. I would like it to dock.
You are clear to dock.
Good. It's just docking with the support frigate right here. So we see that the strike craft and fighters can dock with the support frigate to... Ooh, a new type of corvette. What's it going to be? Alright, begin research. Fast tracking turrets. I can get a multi-gun corvette. That should be interesting. Looks like most of my units are actually doing pretty well, and I think I'm pretty much cleaning up all of these strike craft. And I mean, they are just strike craft. So that means they're small, they're not very tough. Although, as far as strike craft go, it does say it is a superiority fighter. And statistically, this does, well, before it was blown out of the sky, I was going to say it does seem quite a bit tougher than the strike craft that I have, but, I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm not using strike craft. Instead, I can use these corvettes, which are quite a bit tougher, and in fact, they're actually faster than the Kadeshi strike craft. Ooh, I got a corvette that's nearly dead, probably going to die since it's kind of out there all by itself. How are my resource collectors doing? Are they even harvesting? Yes, I think they are. Alright, I did lose a corvette in that occasion. I'm researching fast-tracking turrets for corvettes that are going to be stronger against fighters or these things. And all of my units seem to be on the move. Alright, I need some of them to stay back and go for all these swarmers that are going for something else. Are they going for my salvage corvettes? You bastards. I'm going to lose a salvage corvette right here. I'm going to try to send it into dock, but they're going for my salvage corvettes, really?
Group 4. Confirmed.
The assault frigates, I think, proven to be pretty beautiful right now, being such a tough ship that's so effective against strike craft. telling my salvage corvettes to dock as they are being attacked. Let's take a look at the map. Looks like here is their mothership, the Kadeshi mothership. So the Kadeshi mothership, I think I should start engaging that with my really, really powerful anti-capital ships. So that's right now going to be my destroyers, my 2 destroyers, as well as my ion cannons. So my ion cannons are all turning towards to bring their ion cannons to bear on that Kadeshi mothership. I'm also turning the destroyers, but they're quite a bit slower to get there. Not only are they slower in terms of their actual speed, but they seem to turn a lot slower. Their turn rate is very, very slow. But I mean, once they finally get their guns to bear, they will be doing a lot of damage. So what's going on with the assault frigates? The assault frigates, I think they need to get back in action. Corvettes doing their work. What's not doing? Alright, I need to move the carrier into position, and then maybe I'll even deploy the bombers if I can. But now, alright, I'm excited for this. I love it when the ion cannons just start opening up.
Pursuing targets.
In fact, let's just get that carrier. I think this carrier just needs to launch.
Group 8 copies. We've got enemy contact.
Group 8 reports enemy contact.
How's Group 8 doing? What is... Oh, this is Group 8. Group 8, yeah, you can attack too. And then the bombers will start bombing the Kadeshi mothership. Let's take a look at the bombers as they start attacking it. Oh, but as soon as I start attacking it, as soon as it looks like it's dead, it just teleports out of there. And I got some new things teleporting in. So, these things, I would like them to dock back again at the carrier. I want to keep them safe. Fuel pods, however, proving to be pretty dead against my ion cannon frigates. Meanwhile, Group 2, we got some ships that need to dock. Really want to try to preserve them as much as possible.
Group 2 copies.
Uh-oh, looks like
Group
my...
6 under attack.
Group 2, Group 5.
Where are the...
Reporting.
Okay.
You are clear to dock.
Meanwhile, now my bombers are in a little bit of trouble trying to dock, and many of them are getting shot, in their attempts to dock.
Docking signal green.
Ouch.
Group 4, you are clear.
Maybe this isn't working out too well. Yeah, I don't know, just not really liking those strike craft.
Requesting orders. Roger.
Alright, looks like they're all docked, what remains of them at least. I think the Kadeshi mothership will eventually come back out, but I don't... Oh, there it is. There it is.
Group 4 copies. Group 8, attack run initiated. Group 1.
Alright, I think I can deploy my bombs again, but wow, they actually lost a lot in that particular engagement, just trying to get back to just trying to get back to the carrier to dock. So the ion cannon frigates again bring their guns to bear. Destroyers, unfortunately, quite a bit slower, so it's mostly the ion cannon frigates that are really going to be threatening that Kadeshi mothership. And I noticed that my personal the Kushan ion cannon is making it there quite a bit quicker because it does have a faster speed than my captured ion array frigates. These ion array frigates not really holding up quite as well as the personal ion cannon frigates. I don't know why I call them personal ion cannon frigates, but either way, let's get them shooting. And what else is going on? So it's been all strike craft so far. I actually remember the Kushan, or no, the Kadeshi having a really badass Corvette, and I would like to see more of that Corvette. It says Hyperspace module is actually ready in 1 minute. I have a feeling that's not going to be it, though. I don't think this mission is done in 1 minute. I think there's more to it. It even says, I'm seeing little blue markers, and I think that's going to be important. I know for a fact that I cannot capture this thing, so that's why I'm not really bothering. I would actually like the heavy corvettes to not really engage the Kadeshi mothership. I don't want them dying unnecessarily to a ship that they are not particularly strong against. So right here, the Kadeshi mothership is taking it again. It does say it is a flagship class, and here it is again, jumping out before it can let me destroy it, and that's quite pesky. So it says the hyperspace module is... I mean, I feel like that's not it. Let's see, though. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that's not it. And
Hyperdrive
docking.
jump
I
failed.
knew it. I knew it.
The quantum waveform collapsed due to some kind of inhibitor field.
Maybe that was gonna
Analyzing
be it.
field. Continue to protect the mothership until the source is located.
I knew that was going to happen. Alright, so, what do I gotta do then? I'm losing ships. I'm losing a few ships. It's mostly Group 1 that is weak. I'm just not sure if all these bombers are even worth it, though. Just seem to die so easily. Whereas my, especially for their cost, I feel like they just die too easily. Whereas my ion cannon frigates, even the ion array frigates, are doing quite well. So at this point, oh, here we go with some more things attacking. I might want to start sending out some probes so that I can find whatever is disrupting my hyperspace and making me so I can't hyperspace out of here. I feel like some of these ships are reverting their tactics. I really don't like that. I thought I had set them all to aggressive tactics. I want to set them to aggressive tactics so that they will hopefully engage anything that comes close to them. But do I have any probes? My resource collectors are harvesting. I'm going to build a few probes. Not just one, but a few. Probes are over here. We'll get 3 for now. Probes are very, very cheap. Those are cheap, and they are meant to be thrown away, and you won't build them in huge numbers. Here we go again. Oh, this time it's just jumping out again. I don't know why it focused on that. That time I didn't even attack it. But, I mean, I've got a pretty strong defensive perimeter set up around the mothership. The mothership is not really being threatened that much. But, I mean, part of what's so scary about this mission...
The inhibitor field has disappeared.
Has it?
The hyperdrive is fully functional.
Alright, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so that mission is actually over, but we definitely have not seen the last of the Kadeshi. That's definitely